crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Eight yards to go here on second down.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
On first down, Wagner got his man complete over the middle. It's Hodges. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Again, it's Cook. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position. The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on third down.
Yep, they're in the nickel.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Operating from the gun. Wagner over the middle, complete. That's Hodges. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
No. Check. Patriot.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. To throw on second down, Wagner. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, oh, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Cook as they begin on the ground. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And that's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Here we go now. Boom, landing. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Over.
From the gun, Wagner. And this is going to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. First down, they run with Howard. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Fresh set of downs here. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Watch him now, Barney's Barney. No. Check. Patriot.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And his throw here's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 2nd down now after the incompletion. Trubisky, draw play, gives to Howard. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Play action. Now Trubisky. And he fires one, but incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Hurry up, watch it now, Barney. Detroit, here we go. Detroit. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Under 10. Here we go now.
On 1st and 10, Wagner. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Let's go. Green 39.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wagner. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10.
Let's go. Blue Niners.
Operating from the gun, Wagner. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Taken in at the 11. A little juke. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Let's go. Detroit.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Jackson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They go play action with Trubisky. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Here we go. Green 39.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far. And after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On first and goal, Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Elsewhere on this Sunday in the NFL, they're in the second quarter in Detroit. And it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And it's third down and goal from the 4. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
They might think about going for it here, but it's still just the second quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing on first down. Wagner throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. the gun. Wagner throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's third down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Here we go now.
Operating from the gun. Wagner. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. This is fielded at the 7. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They go play action here on first down. He sets to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky. He leaves this one for Howard. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jackson. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll throw now on the final play. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down following the run. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Off play action. Wagner. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hurry up, here we go.
From the gun, Wagner. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hodges. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12.
4 down. Detroit!
Off the bootleg. Wagner. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Hey, watch number 33. Watch number 33. 40.
Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now it's the backup Bradford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Working out of the gun, Bradford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sua Cravens able to track him down for a loss of 13, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And take it right on the 30. Touchdown, Chicago!
And as soon as they hand a rookie his playbook, they say you better make your mark on special teams if you want to hang around. I'd say returning one for a touchdown will definitely leave a memory.
Yeah, that's a pretty indelible mark here early on in his career. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They start the drive with Cook. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Here we go. 56
From the gun, Bradford. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. Bradford hitting Thielen there for a Viking first. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Bradford on first down. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go, T. Get up.
Now Bradford on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Vikings on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. To the air again with Bradford. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 46. Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side. That's caught inside the 20. They give him a gain of 37. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
On first down, Murray. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. A 2nd down carry for Ferguson. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
The Vikings on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Bradford. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. Well, other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Now let's go.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. They go play action. Trubisky. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he hits the tight end. It's Deion Sims. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep over them, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10, and the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Following the interception, Bradford, and almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Well, so they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And, you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried about yelling at you. It's those guys on defense who just intercepted the pass who want to break over there. Hey, take care of the football, man.
On 2nd down, Bradford again. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Off the play fake to Cook, here's Bradford. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. First down, Bradford. Now a hit, and the ball comes out. Bradford has lost it, and this is picked up by the Bears. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
On 1st and 10, Bradford nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is picked up by the Bears. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
All right, here we go. Detroit! Detroit 99 Philly. Here we go. Leopard.
They go counter with Howard. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Now let's go. Blue line it.
Now Trubisky to throw. And it's caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Bradford now to throw on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Time right. Hey, we got four. We got four down. Take it.
The slot man in motion right.
Switch.
A second down throw for Bradford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Vikings on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Now let's go. Green 39.
Operating from the gun, Wagner. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
All right, here we go.
Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he will be hit with a lot of force and spun down. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Again, it's Howard. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
And when you don't pick up the necessary yardage in that situation, sometimes it starts to put a little doubt in the play caller's mind about what he's going to run on the next play. Because most of them, they thought they were going to pick it up right then and there. Now they've got to adjust what they're doing, adjust what they're thinking, and maybe they go away from what they originally thought.
On 3rd down, this is Howard. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Elsewhere, 4th quarter score now for Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have just added to their lead. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And now out comes Minnesota. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done. And make
pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Eddie Goldman busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks and the speed.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Chicago, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.